occupational English tests had been catering to the global demand for this nursing professionals, not just the nursing professional, for healthcare professionals to reach their dream destination and establish their career. But nowadays, there is a common concern. Certain OET aspirants are having this issue, a concern regarding, whether to go for OET or not. To address all of your concerns, we have an eminent person over here. Let me introduce Mr. Amit Upadhyay, the Regional Director of OET in South Asia. So, sir, welcome to Tiju's Academy and welcome to our podcast. I'm really happy that you came here amidst all your busy schedule, joined here. We're really grateful for you, sir.
Thank you, Varsha, for having me here. I'm very excited to be part of this conversation today. Thank you, Tiju's Academy, for inviting me to this podcast. And I really look forward to having an intriguing conversation that is useful for candidates who are listening to us today.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that. So, as I mentioned before, some of the OET, aspirants are having this confusion regarding, they're having some concerns, to be very precise, regarding OET. So, I would like to go with the first question to you, sir. Right at present, the candidates are having this confusion regarding the, there is a current change or a current trend, a change in the global trend in OET in the couple of years. So, what is your say on that, sir?
Thank you, Varsha. Excellent question. I think first and foremost, I would like to mention this, that there is a very strong demand for healthcare professionals from India across the world, even today. Now, whether it be the UK, US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, and many other countries, there is a very strong demand of healthcare professionals. And while we are seeing a bit of slowed down recruitment from the UK, but there is still recruitment happening. There are Indian professionals, we have learned this from the market, that they are still getting recruited to the UK. Ireland is recruiting, in a very strong way from India. And therefore, Indian nurses, other healthcare professionals, they have a very good opportunity to travel to the Ireland and start practicing there with their OET test. Yes. We also have strong demand in Australia, New Zealand. OET is now accepted for pharmacy in Canada. And therefore, pharmacists from India who would like to travel to Canada and establish their careers there, they have a very good opportunity in Canada as well.
Yes.
So in a nutshell, healthcare workers' demand across the world remains strong. We are witnessing good patterns of people, Indian healthcare professionals, migrating to various parts of the world and establishing their careers there. Therefore, what candidates need to do is really get in touch with partners like Tiju's Academy and others and get the right information on where those opportunities are. Yes. How do they prepare for OET, but also for the country where they are planning to migrate to, so that they can really start building their careers.
Yes. Thank you, sir. That was really insightful. Because right now the candidates are really confused, regarding the openings, to be very precise. So you have given very insightful information on that. So I guess the candidates are now, they'll be having much more clarity on this particular regard. So as you mentioned about the current openings in, particular countries. So is there any other, kind of openings in rest of the countries, like other than this UK, New Zealand, Ireland, and other than this? So because this is a major concern which OET aspirants are having at present.
So Indian healthcare professionals are in demand in Australia and New Zealand as well.
Okay.
Apart from UK, Ireland, etc. They can also plan to migrate to Australia and start practicing there. OET is accepted by the Department of Home Affairs and all the healthcare regulators in Australia. For example, ANMAC, APRA, they all accept OET.
Okay.
What candidates really need to do is, go to our website, oet.com, and look for who recognizes OET. Click on Australia as a country, and they will find out, all the healthcare regulatory authorities that accept OET, and therefore, Indian healthcare professionals, they can plan migration to Australia as well.
All right, yes, sir. Good to hear that. And I just want to know this, this OET examination for healthcare professionals. Around 12 healthcare professionals are being counted into it. So, according to you, as you are a representative from the OET, I just want to know which profession or which region is, offering more candidates in terms of this OET examination.
Medicine and nursing has always been one of the strongest demand generators for OET, and therefore, a lot of nurses and doctors from India, they take OET and go to various international destinations and start establishing their careers there. However, there are other allied healthcare professions as well. So, for example, pharmacists, they are starting to use OET, in a big way. Our OET test takers for medicine, so doctors, that volume has been growing.
All right.
We also have, other, for example, occupational therapists,
Yes.
dietitians. Then there are physiotherapists who take OET,
All
right?
right.
So these are other professions who can utilize OET and start pursuing their international aspirations.
Yes, because it's I mean it's a notion that OET is just for the nurses only. Though it's been a notion. So you have given an insight on that. So that's good to hear. And yeah, sir, would you like to add on anything?
Yeah, I was just about to say that it's a common misconception
Yes,
that OET
yes.
is only for nurses. There
Yeah.
are 12 professions, as you've already mentioned.
Yes.
There is OET medicine for doctors, OET nursing for nurses, of course, but then there is OET for pharmacists, OET
Yes.
for dietitians. We've got veterinarians, podiatrists, physiotherapists,
Radiologists.
occupational therapists,
Yes.
etc. 12 professions. Practically all the professions which come under the healthcare umbrella, the OET caters to them. And therefore, candidates just need to take the right guidance, hop onto our website, contact somebody like yourself at Tiju's Academy, and gain that knowledge so that they can really pursue their careers in the right direction and take OET's support in helping them unlock those opportunities.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that. Sir, do you think there will be any, changes in the current demand for OET? Because the global trend has been changing. As I mentioned in the previous question, like in the couple of years, most of the candidates feel confused about it. So do you think the demand for this, professionals globally will there be any kind of change? As we know that medical profession is always in demand, but still then the recruitment is a concern, major concern for the candidates. So what's your say on that, sir?
Well, that's a very good question, Varsha. So, if you look at the overall healthcare workforce demand across the world, especially the Western world, it has significantly grown post pandemic
Yes, exactly.
and it continues to grow. We've got the common problems that we already know about. So, we've got an aging population in the Western world, we've got chronic illnesses, we need a lot of aged care. And general physicians, general nursing, professionals, pharmacists are in huge demand. But
Yes.
occupational therapists, for example, which a lot of candidates don't even look towards, right, to pursue an international career, that is in very strong demand. Physiotherapists, right, that's an emerging and a very strong demand generator in the UK and in the Western world overall.
Yes.
To answer your question, one of the things that's most important is that get the right information, because you don't even know what opportunities can be unlocked by pursuing something like an OET prep and taking an OET test, because OET test acts as a portable credential.
Yes.
It opens up opportunities, across 19-20 countries and across 600 institutions that accept OET. So suddenly, if you've got the right language skills and if you've got the right clinical skills, then you've become, the doors of international opportunities have opened up for you. The world is your playground. You can start building your career
Yes.
anywhere in the world. If there is, and generally the demand is, profession dependent. So, for example, at the moment, what we are seeing is a very strong demand in Ireland for nursing and doctors, right? They're also recruiting pharmacists from India, but the demand for nurses and doctors is very strong. The demand for doctors in Canada is very strong. The demand for pharmacists in Canada is also very strong. If you look at Australia, the demand across most of the allied healthcare professions is also very strong.
Yes, sir.
So, what's important is to find the right opportunities and start preparing for them.
Yes.
And towards preparation, you'll need to find a partner, a language school, just like Tiju's, who can help you prepare and get the right information, right preparation, and then go to pursue those opportunities. So, all of these aspects are equally important. One is to know where the demand is,
Yes.
which profession, which country. Second, what kind of preparation would you need, not just for the OET test, but for your life beyond that
Yes,
OET test
exactly.
as well. You're going from a non-English speaking nation, or at least not a first English speaking nation, India, to a English first speaking nation, and therefore English is going to be your lifeline.
Yes.
So it's not just about passing OET, it's about practicing and preparing for your life ahead. Therefore, get that practice mode on, right? Prepare early, start preparing early, take the right guidance, and then start pursuing those international opportunities. So there is demand. You've got to have the right plan in place with the
Yes.
right guidance to be able to become a supply to that demand, and therefore open up those international opportunities for yourself.
Yes, sir. So, as you mentioned, choosing the right platform and right time is the very important aspect, when it comes to OET examination as well. So you already mentioned that, when the most of the candidates feel confused about the credibility, like what the information, because if information is around, available online, like we can't even trust, like whether, we should go with it, is it genuine or not? We don't have any understanding on that. So as you mentioned, choosing a right institution would be a proper guidance for that. Is it what you have mentioned right now, sir?
That is correct. So I think one of the first things that I would like to say is that even for partners like
Yes.
Tiju's, OET.com, our official website is the source of truth,
Yes.
right? OET official social media handles where we share a lot of information about what's upcoming, what are the changes, what's happening in the outside world, where are the opportunities, etc., or what's the practice material available. So that is the source of truth.
Yes.
But then once you've taken a look at that website and all of the social channels for candidates, it's important to choose a right partner.
Exactly.
For example, Teachers Academy is doing a brilliant job in helping candidates prepare for OET, and we really commend that, right? And we are very supportive of such partners who
Yes.
indulge in OET preparation, take guidance from us, but also then prepare their own strategies and help candidates succeed at the
Exactly.
test. So, in a nutshell, what I'm saying is that look for multiple authentic sources of information,
Yes.
especially OET.com and the official handles, but take the right guidance and in classroom preparation before you appear in the test.
Yes, sir. So you were mentioning about the referral partners in between. So can you just give me, more insights into it? Because as a common man or as a, OET aspirant who doesn't have any information, who is looking forward whether to join or not. So if you give such insights, for those people, it would be really helpful.
Yeah, I think towards that, I would like to acknowledge that Tiju's is our official referral partner for OET. And what that means is that Tiju's works very closely with us in getting students good guidance on OET, learning
Okay.
from directly from us, and therefore, passing on that knowledge to candidates so
Yes.
that, they get the right relevant information. Therefore, candidates can always come up to Tijus and look for the right kind of guidance so that they can prepare well and not just rely on the classroom teaching that happens, but also look for other ways in which they
Yes.
can build their reading stamina, medical vocabulary, right, and not just prepare for OET but for their lives beyond, as I've already mentioned. But needless, I would like to say that candidates can look up to Tijus to get some good guidance on OET and therefore prepare well.
Yes, so we have been doing it for a very long time, sir. So, and I just want to mention about the healthcare professionals, like the caregiving, caregivers opportunity. There is like openings I have recently seen in Ireland as well. So, what is your insight? I mean, would you like to share some ideas on that, sir? The caregivers, there are opportunity when people used to go there after giving their OET examination. For they can work there for some time, and they then after that they can directly join the healthcare system. So, can you just
Yeah.
give me some insights on that?
Sure. I think OET has been utilized by Indian healthcare professionals, for various purposes,
Yes.
primarily to become a registered practitioner in various destinations such as the UK, US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, etc., and many others. But you're absolutely right. There is a caregiver opportunity,
Yes.
and we just touched upon that in my previous input on this podcast.
Okay.
That post pandemic there has been increase in the chronic illnesses, and we already know about the aging population of the Western
Yes.
world, and aging population needs care workers.
Yes. Exactly.
Now, we know that the Western world is not producing enough care workers on their own,
Yes.
and therefore they need to look up to countries like India and others as well, Asia, Southeast Asia, other markets as well, to source those candidates who can provide that age care
All right.
to that aging population. And therefore, the demand for aged care is very strong across all of these countries,
Okay.
whether it be Australia,
All
whether
right.
it be New Zealand, UK, Ireland, US, Canada, all of them
Okay.
have a very strong demand for care workers.
Care workers.
It's important for candidates to really look for good sources of information on
Yes. Getting a
what
knowledge is really important.
absolutely critical for them to be able to really find a pathway that will be most useful to their careers.
Yes.
If they can transition as a registered practitioner, they should absolutely do so. But if there is a pathway where they need to go on to a care worker
Yes,
role
continue with that.
and then transition on to a registered practitioner,
Okay.
that is also a very good pathway. It's also important for candidates to know in the healthcare ecosystem, of course, that OET can be useful for them for the care worker pathway as well as to become a registered practitioner,
Yes.
because OET has worldwide acceptance with all the major healthcare regulators across the world. Therefore, look for the right guidance, use OET, and progress on to the career pathways that are most suitable to you.
Yes, exactly, sir. So in this time, like when the recent graduates are, after, completing their BSc nursing graduation, they are like in a confused mind whether to go for the European countries or the Arab countries. So Arab countries, mostly the people are now, they are looking for it. But why? Because of as I mentioned, because of the current opportunities, the number of opportunities, they are considering it. So what is your, what is your opinion into it? So as a fresh candidate, if in case I'm a fresh candidate sitting in front of you, I'm just having an opinion or a career guidance from you. So what would be your say on that? Should I just go for this thing? Obviously you will be saying go to go for OET, but what would be your credible and this impact or the content that you would be providing me with, so that I'll be just simply, not just simply by making up my mind to go for OET, but rather than just I should have that confidence that yeah, this will work out for me. So what would be your guidance for them, because a lot of people over here are still confused with that. So I just want you to mirror your views on that.
Thank you, Varsha. Very comprehensive and very good question, of course. I think my first input to any candidate who would like to speak to me about how to build a career or where
Yes.
to really go as a destination would be that you need to first start preparing a pathway that will work for you.
Yes.
And towards that, the one and most important skill is going to be English language, because English is the connecting language in the healthcare space.
Exactly.
But also very important for any candidate to really find the right information about what a pathway can lead them to in terms of their careers, in terms of their lives, in terms of the kind of return on investments that they're going to do with their time, with their money, right? So it's very important to research all of that before taking a decision. Now, to answer your question, whether a candidate should go to an Arab country or to European destinations or look towards UK, Australia, Canada, the Western world, I think what's important is that one size fits all is not a good strategy for
Yes.
all the Indian, healthcare graduates, right? So, if there were 100 candidates in a room, you can't advise all of them to go to Canada and start
Exactly.
practicing as nurses there. That's not going to work for them. For every individual, there are different priorities and
Yes.
different capabilities and different things that that would work for them. So I think it's a very personalized, very individualized choice
Yes.
on what a candidate should do with their careers and their lives. Therefore, the most important bit, the most important piece of advice from me would be research thoroughly on the options available for yourself. Start preparing early. That's not just in terms of your career pathway or
Yes.
what documentation you would require, what kind of finances, but start also preparing early with English language skills. You've developed the clinical skills in your BSc nursing programs or the GNM programs. Now you need to also focus on building the right level of English communication skills, because that's going to be essential wherever you go in the world,
Yes.
whether it be the UAE, right? So, for example, countries like Dubai, they attract a lot of medical tourism. And when there are medical tourists from countries like US, UK, Canada, they're going to speak in English. And
Yes.
you'll need to communicate with those patients in
In
English,
English.
their carers, the admin staff, the owners, etc. And you'll need to document everything in English as well.
English.
Therefore, English is going to be critical to your lives wherever you go in the world. If you need access to international opportunities, you need to build your English language skills.
Exactly.
And OET is going to help you, with the kind of skills that you would need in a workplace setting.
Exactly. Especially in a medical setting too.
Everywhere, medical setting, healthcare setting. So, if you're a nurse, if you're a pharmacist, if you're a veterinarian, for example, or a podiatrist, English is still going to be absolutely critical. You've got to communicate with your patient. You've got to communicate with the patient's carers. You've got to communicate with the admin staff. and all of the other stakeholders within that ecosystem that you're working in. So if you want to thrive in a healthcare setting, start building your English language skills early on.
Okay.
Don't wait for the last moment.
Yes, sir.
Research thoroughly on which country offers the right pathway that will work for you. It could be Europe, it could be Arab countries, it could be the US, UK, Canada, Ireland, for example. But you've got to research what will work for you. And that goes in terms of the financial investment you'll be doing,
Yes.
the time that you'll be spending before you start practicing as a registered practitioner, all of the examinations that you'll need to give. So, for example, somebody, Indian healthcare professional, so for example, an Indian nurse, if they have to go from India to the UK, they'll have to take the OSCE examination.
Yes.
Now, OET preparation leads to better confidence amongst candidates to be able to clear the OSCE examination.
Exactly.
Because, it's the same workplace setting and they need to communicate in English.
Yes.
And when they prepare for OET, they're developing the right kind of English skills that they'll need to clear the OSCE examination.
Exactly.
We've done research, we've done impact studies, and our research tells us that OET preparation leads to better OSCE preparation as well. So, research the pathways, research what lies ahead in that pathway.
Exactly.
Which country would work out best for you? Which country will give you the maximum returns? Which country can give you the best access to the medical fraternity that you want to become part of? And what would lead to a good career progression for you? That will be my advice. I'm sorry, it took a bit longer.
No, sir. Actually, it was really insightful because a lot of candidates, out there are really confused. So it was really insightful to say. And sir, to continue with the same question. So there are some, fresh graduates who, after giving, they join the, some academies. They prepare well with the OET. They give their exam, and after clearing the OET, they migrate in terms of, doing their masters, pursuing their masters. That is a recent trend which I have noticed these days. So what is your say on that, sir?
Well, once again, it's a very personalized journey here as well. So if a candidate has completed their BSc nursing and if they've prepared for OET, taken OET,
yes,
and if they are now waiting on opportunities to happen for them,
yes,
that's a problem. In my mind, if you've done if you've covered that journey, if you've done that hard work, then you need to be actively looking for opportunities.
all right,
And those opportunities can come with the right guidance.
yes,
For example, right now we are having a conversation, and I'm sure a lot of people would watch this conversation.
definitely,
We know that opportunities are there in Ireland. You know that the candidates are getting offer letters from Ireland and they're
yes,
migrating there. I know that for a fact as well because I've learned that from the market.
okay,
So the opportunities are still there. Ireland is there, Australia is there, New Zealand is there. I know that from the market that even UK is recruiting to a certain extent.
okay,
Right? There are candidates who are receiving offer letters from the UK as well.
all right,
It's not as massive
yes,
recruitment that was happening before, but there are still opportunities. So my advice to candidates who have completed their BSc nursing, have taken OET preparation, cleared their OET examination and received a relevant, a good score, then they need to be actively seeking guidance on where the opportunities are.
Exactly.
And where they can use all of that hard work to start pursuing their international careers.
Okay, yes, sir. Thank you for that. And this OET is also being accepted in Malta as well. So there are career opportunities on in that particular country too. So what is your say on that, sir? So is that a good opportunity to migrate to Malta? But a lot of candidates, who even come to our academy, their requirements, they don't go, they just simply set their mind that I just want a Malta score, I want to go there because there are the, the healthcare system over there, they are like influenced or they are like completely motivated to join over there. So what is your say on that, sir?
That is where partners like Tiju's Academy come in, right? So I think from my perspective, my input here would be that English skills are absolutely critical in a healthcare setting, and
Yes.
therefore, if a BSc nursing graduate or BSc a B Pharma graduate, for example, would like to go and practice medicine or nursing or pharma in Malta, OET is going to be useful.
Yes.
English skills are going to be critical.
Definitely.
For the life beyond the test and what to expect as a nursing professional or a pharmacist, for example, in Malta.
Yes.
I think partners like Tiju's Academy are better placed to give that guidance. So I'm going to defer this question back to you.
Yes.
I think it's very important that the right guidance that the candidates need to be able to identify a destination and
Exactly.
identify a career path needs to come from partners like yourself who've
Yes.
done this over a period of time, you've researched opportunities, and you know about the pathways and the return on investment and the pathways further out from Malta once they've completed a successful period of time.
Exactly.
So I think in my mind, that is an input that comes from partners like yourself better than somebody like myself.
Yes, sir, I got an insight on that. I guess the candidates over there also will be getting, truly a grateful insight from that. So,
Yeah.
sir, my next question is: we are really hoping that there will be a change, a drastic change in the global demand for nurses. So, I mean, that's a question which a critical question to say that we can't, just make a say on. But still, then, so what is your say on that? Will there be? Can we just expect like the recruitments were like really bulk recruitments were coming in, so the demand for OET was really high. Even our students, in our academy, were a lot of students appearing in. They join each week we had this kind of recruitments happening. So I just want to ask you, will there be any kind of change in the trend of global demand for nurses or the medical professionals out there?
There are really two questions in there. The first question, is there a global demand and
Yes.
will it rise? The answer to that question is that there is a very strong demand of healthcare professionals
Yes.
across the world. We also have a second sub question within that where would that demand get fulfilled from?
Okay.
Countries like India, they top the ranks. Now, we both know that India is on a skill building drive at the
Exactly.
moment, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision is to upskill Indian healthcare workforce, not just healthcare, but across industries. But I'm going to
All
focus on healthcare here. So he's got a vision that India should be a global supplier of talented healthcare workforce. Now, there is a strong demand and there is a strong vision of the Indian government to upskill Indian healthcare professionals.
Yes.
So that they can cater to that global demand. So, the first question, there is a very strong demand
Yes.
across the world. It has increased significantly post pandemic and it continues to grow. The second question, right, whether recruitment would start happening. Now, recruitment is essentially driven by various factors.
Okay.
One of them is the immigration authorities depends on what kind of infrastructure they have in place to be able to absorb the number of people migrating into that country.
Yes.
So, for example, at the moment we are looking at tightened scrutiny and difficult migration patterns across all of these big four destinations: Australia, UK, Canada, and US. There are many reasons. We both know that. We don't need to talk about those reasons right now. But what we know is that there is a significant workforce shortage in the healthcare ecosystem within these countries.
Yes.
Will that grow over time? Absolutely, yes. When will the recruitment restart happening, in a big way? And when will the OET demand grow stronger? Well, the OET demand is still strong, right? Except the short, deflection that we've seen in the nursing demand. Our demand across the world continues to remain strong. We are still delivering hundreds of thousands of tests, and India, South Asia, is a key source market for us.
All
So there is demand, there is shortage. We continue to be relevant, and we are continuously listening to healthcare regulators across the world to see
Yes.
where there can be more opportunities, where OET can be utilized by candidates. What's important is that candidates would need to thoroughly research where the opportunities currently are.
Exactly.
They don't need to wait for suddenly a magic to happen when a lot of recruitment would start happening and everybody would start going through.
Yes.
What they need to do is research about the opportunities that are currently present and wait for other opportunities to start coming up, right?
Yes.
Because of this strong demand and a shortfall in healthcare workforce across the world, especially across the Western world, we will see more and more people needed from countries like India. All we need to do is upskill ourselves, look for opportunities that are available right now, and prepare ourselves for opportunities that will happen beyond.
Yes, sir. That's grateful. And sir, so I just it was really insightful to have a conversation with you, sir. So I just got a lot of insights. I guess the OET aspirants out there might be getting the same. So to conclude with our podcast, what is your as a token of conclusion? So what is your say, or what is your view, or what is your point to the OET aspirants who are, as I mentioned in the beginning of the podcast, that there are a lot of candidates who are still confused whether to choose OET or not. So, as a token of conclusion, what is your say on that, sir?
If you are a healthcare student or if you're a healthcare professional, OET should be your test of choice. The reason? We are different from general English language tests.
Yes.
When you appear in an OET test, everything that you're asked to answer or to, all the question types, they will be in your workplace setting itself. What that means is that if you're a nurse appearing for OET nursing, you will be asked to write a discharge letter, a patient,
Exactly.
discharge letter. Now, that's something that is not common amongst all the English language tests that you have as
Yes.
other options. Therefore, OET is relevant to healthcare professionals. If you're a healthcare student or a professional, you should definitely choose OET over any other general English language test. That's one. The second message is that English skills can only be built over a period of time.
Exactly.
With the right practice, with some in-classroom teaching, with the right guidance, and partners like Tiju's Academy are doing an excellent job in helping candidates prepare well,
Yes.
upskill themselves with the right English language skills so that they can really open doors to international opportunities.
Exactly.
Therefore, research, get the right guidance, get in touch with a right partner, with a good partner, and go for in-classroom teaching and the right guidance towards the opportunities that you can really build for yourself. But start early in the process.
Exactly.
Don't wait for last minute for the opportunities to be there and you're not ready. So don't do that. Don't make that mistake. Start early. The third important thing, that I would like to mention here as a message to all the audience who would watch this podcast is that there are opportunities even now. If
Okay.
you're not aware, talk to a partner. Visit our website on where we are accepted, but get the guidance from partners like Tiju's Academy to give you the guidance on where those opportunities are,
Yeah.
where you can, prepare and start building your careers.
Yes.
There'll be more opportunities later, but at the moment, there are a lot of opportunities that you're still probably missing out on.
Yeah. People are unaware of it, I guess.
Exactly. So don't wait, get in touch with a good partner, find those opportunities, and start building your career. And finally, it's important to build your career bit by bit.
Yes.
Nothing happens overnight. Once you start preparing, you've gained clinical skills in your BSc nursing program, you start building your English language skills as early on in the process as you can.
Okay.
That is going to help you not just with your international opportunities, but if you're looking for domestic opportunities currently, that is going to get you a better employability and better career progression even today. While you explore all of those international opportunities that might be available to you, but you're unaware of.
Yes.
So that's my core message. Hop onto the OET.com website as well. And follow our social media channels, the official OET channels. You'll find a lot of relevant information on where OET can be utilized, some practice materials, some guidance materials. But get in touch with a good partner like Tiju's Academy and prepare with them. Get the right guidance. That's my honest input.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. I'm really grateful to have a conversation with you. Nice meeting you, sir, and it was really insightful to say. So I believe that the candidates out there who are really confused to choose whether to go for OET or not, now you got a right answer. Just like sir has mentioned, the right time, the right research that you people are making, and the right guidance will definitely pave you to your dream destination. So I believe you got an understanding, and thank you so much, sir, for joining here with us today, and thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Varsha, for having me. Thoroughly enjoyed the conversation. I hope this is useful. This is useful to the candidates who are listening to us, and look forward to doing another session with you sometime soon.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you.